Is this what I'm doing now? Walking the dog, talking into my device on a stick. I just listened to Tim Ferriss on Rich Roll. It was quite enlightening. But something that they talked about that stuck in my craw a little bit. It's to do with regret. And it wasn't there talking about regret, it was about Tim, how he talked about how he got onto the newsletter thing and the podcast thing. They were both early and they were both grateful that they got into it early when it was less competitive. And once again I was faced with my failure, because I was in early. I was in early with YouTube, I was in early with Flickr, with Twitter, with podcasting, and I stopped. I didn't see it through. And then I started thinking about what could have been, and that's a dangerous place for me. What could have been. That's what happens when I go on these army reunions sometimes, and I start to imagine what my life could have been like. But I'm pulling back from that now. I've kind of found my peace with that. All I need to do is look at what I've got, family-wise, and everything's fine, better than fine. Everything's fucking brilliant, actually. And then I'm reminded of the fact that, my mental health isn't as stable as it might be, and I was already drinking as a young apprentice tradesman in the Royal Signals. I'd probably have ended up carrying on with the drinking, or I would have been killed in action, or who knows, man. You know what I mean? So now I can enjoy spending time with my old army pals without feeling those pangs of what if I hadn't fallen off that cliff. So that's good. And I need to do the same thing when I'm listening to people who are now successful doing the thing that I would like to be successful at, because that's not how you win the race. They say in AA, we shall not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it, so I'm going to take that to heart. But what it means is that I do the things that help me, such as this. Getting out into sunlight first thing, out of bed, and plugging into Source by exercising my creative muscles in some way, which till now has involved daily morning pages. And now it looks like it might be a bit more of this kind of off the cuff, impromptu iPhone recorded videos and podcasts. Or what do we just call them? Podcasts, I guess. Because it's all the same thing now. So, yeah, it's just a message to myself of positivity. That yes, I didn't follow through. Back when YouTube was nascent, I could have been Mr. Beast. I could have been a contender, but I'm the Camser. And the Camser's good enough. So, this is the Camser quoting at you from the playing fields. My Whitey Woods walk in there, that's where the Wains hang out. See the big red container? Walk past, you'll have seen it as I walked past it when I went into Shadow. That's where the Wains hang out and smoke their fags. Or even weed. That wasn't a thing when I was at school. We went behind the techie block and smoked fags. So yeah, I was smoking at 15 and drinking, because we used to take carry-outs in sometimes. In fact, I remember distinctly going into craft and design, doing metal work, making a cold chisel after having drank a quarter bottle of vodka at my pal's house at lunchtime. What a hoot that was. So that kind of set the path for me there, I have to say. And then, talking about the army, I joined at 16, and you can drink in the NAFI bar on campus at 16, 17, no problem at all. And there seemed to be no problem at all with going downtown either and getting bevied. Although let me think, I had my 17th birthday when I did my pass-off parade, so just after basic training. So yeah, I was definitely going out on the piss in Harrogate when I was 17. No questions asked. Different time. But I'm saying that like it was a good thing. Well, it was a fun thing, that's what we did, but you know, drunkenness helped me deal with life. And here I am today, dealing with life on life's terms, which is a whole lot better, and that's why I make these videos, that's why I do my pages. So if you're interested in my pages, which I think is the highest level piece of content that I put out, I mean for myself, mentally speaking, go to camscampbell.com, that's where I put them. They're also on Substack, so if you search for Cams Campbell on Substack, you'll find it. It's called Taking Personal Inventory, which you might not know comes from step 10 of the 12 steps in AA, which is that we continue to take personal inventory and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. And that's how I consider my pages to be. It's a step 10 exercise basically that I'm doing every day and I'm publishing because that helps me to feel accountable, and I think, having analysed it a bit more, I think it helps me a little bit with the concept of human connection. So it does sometimes garner some comments from people and I really appreciate that. And I think it's my attempt at human connection. So I'm hoping that at some point I'll be able to begin to grow my podcast with other guests. So that'll be another human connection exercise, and that I can get into coaching as a recovery coach. So watch this space. Thanks for watching. Speak to you later. Bye.